Alright, so now that this show is over, I can talk about it. You read the title. I do not love Loki. And before you call me an MCU hater, which I am not, if you give me a chance to really explain why I don't love it by continuing to watch this video, I hope you can understand. Also, I'm not trying to change your opinion of the show. I can only talk about mine and then we can continue the conversation in the comment section below. This video is not an end but a beginning for discussion. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. There's a spoiler and non-spoiler section to this video, so if you haven't seen the show, you can stay till the spoiler-free section. Now, if you're going to ask me what my favorite episode is, it's going to be the first one, because purely from a writing perspective, it's solid, especially since it is extremely character-driven. Seeing the events of Endgame and how and where Loki ends up was fun. The functioning of the TVA or how much ever we see of it was unique and interesting. And I have to say the production design was pretty great. The dim yellow lighting assisted the organized mood of the place, as well as I like the tiles in the walls because it's a design that we can see here on Earth, but to see it in a place that controls the flow of timelines grounds the place. The first episode explores Loki's character, and although they talk about it more than I expected them to, I liked it quite a bit. It was a solid pilot episode, and I was excited to see how the series moved forward. It did not live up. And now, many, I'm sure, might be accusing me of having all these theories and fine expectations, and I might have been disappointed because the show did not reach those expectations. I mean, that's what happened with WandaVision, right? If you think that, no. Just no. Because I'm not the kind of guy who theorizes about these shows. I love comic books and comic book movies, and I love listening to people's theories, but I do not allow those theories to hinder my experience. If whatever happens is in service to the story and characters, it works. Here's some of the things I like. The lighting for many scenes is really good because the various locations the characters revisit have unique production and light sources. For example, Lamentis 1 has a purple color palette to it. I like the performances. The character writing isn't as strong, but the actors make up for it. Sometimes I found it annoying how the actors feel like they're acting. It took me out of the scene sometimes. So yeah, now I'm getting into spoiler territory. I wanted more moments in the series, like one of my favorite scenes in the first episode where Loki sees the Infinity Stones being used as paperweights. That scene works because it makes Loki feel insignificant. These stones are powerful and cosmic entities that Loki has been trying to achieve for decades, and seeing it being used as something so mundane makes his want feel like nothing. I love that because it is an internal emotion being expressed visually, but this series isn't able to consistently create such moments. But one of the best things about this show is the score. It makes it feel synthetic, grand, and operatic. So now let's get into one of my problems with the show, which is the theme and how it is handled. Having a theme in your story doesn't automatically make it good. It's about how you incorporate that theme that makes it good or bad. And here it is done quite poorly. In the first two episodes, it's pretty evident that the theme of the show is about free will. Despite the characters simply talking about it, I expected them to properly explore this theme. Since the show is more cosmic and talks about multiverses and timelines, we can feel overwhelmed. The way to make this work is to have a character within this universe that we can latch on to, who goes through these challenges. So if you have a grounded theme about free will that any of us can relate to, it grounds these large scientific concepts, and the idea of it is phenomenal. It is genius. However, the way they went about it was disappointing. The way Loki explores this theme is by just talking about it. And talking isn't the problem. The problem is just talking about it. In many of my favorite films, the way they incorporate the theme is by weaving the theme into the character's actions. In Parasite, for example, Mr. Kim talks about the stench of the poor, but not only that. Many times he closes his nose to show his beliefs. The problem with Loki is that it tells more than it shows. Seeing these characters talk about concepts such as free will was extremely weird to me. If the writers portray the concept maybe in a physical form, it would have been better because then the characters would be talking about a physical object. For example, in Parasite, the stone is a physical form of the hope that the Kim family can rise out of poverty. Another issue was the inclusion of another theme in the series, which was the theme of a Loki's fate. Again, a fantastic idea for the show. Since most Lokis have lost battles in their life, them wondering whether they're bound to stay this way is amazing. It explores an insecurity within these characters, as well as unites all types of Lokis through a tragic fate. Despite all Lokis being from different universes and looking very different, them losing makes them feel like one. And how does the show explore this theme? Just talking. Sometimes it really worked for me, such as the scenes where Sylvie and Old Man Loki talk about their fate of being a Loki. But then that's all there is. At a point of time, it goes from opening your heart out to complaining. Having these characters having opposing beliefs could have been an interesting source of conflict, and having them make choices in stressful situations would have been a more interesting way to explore character. In Logan, for example, Logan's rude and tired of his life, but as the story progresses, he helps Laura. He chooses to do so, and this action shows that deep inside he cares about her. The TVA being controlled was something that was fascinating, but in the end, it did not conclude well. The idea of the people working in the TVA actually being humans abducted from different timelines was great. Also, it's weird how Loki has to go through the same arc he did in the MCU timeline, and it's done better in the films, in my opinion. For example, in Infinity War, Loki's death was emotional because we cared about him. The end of Ragnarok shows us Loki's change through his actions. Here, in this show, it's mostly spoken, which makes it less impactful. One of my favorite scenes from the series was when Sylvie asks Ravonna what her Nexus event was, and she doesn't remember it. It's a great moment to show how the TVA is an apathetic organization and makes us feel more for Sylvie. It works because it has subtext to it. Ravonna doesn't say that she doesn't care, but we know that she does not care. Now, I do have some of the problems with the filmmaking. Filmmaking is about how the camera is used to convey emotion through visuals and performances, amongst many other things. I'm not saying that every single shot in the series has to have some purpose, but there has to be enough well-staged shots to be impressive, and there are some things that bugged me. There are many shots with no purpose, but the problem is there are quite a few impactful moments, and it could have been better directed. Many times I've noticed the camera is just floating as the characters talk, and it made the shots feel very artificial. There could have been many varying shots and camera angles to show emotions or power dynamics, but it just doesn't. There are very few of these present in the series, such as in the final episode, the camera rotates as Loki and Sylvie enter the mysterious castle, showing us how unstable the situation is about to get. I just hope that the rest of the series had such level of filmmaking. Now, the final episode, right? I have to tell you that before watching every episode, I went into it hoping to love it. But its flaws are very, very evident. Renslayer confronts Mobius and then she just kicks him and then she walks to God knows where. So that plotline remains unresolved, and Loki and Sylvie are just sitting on a chair for most of the episode. Seeing Kang the Conqueror was cool, but he's a mediocre villain. Maybe the episode did not have enough time to flesh him out, so then flesh him out. Kang's talk to both Lokis for so freaking long about his plan and his history. It's bad. And it's bad because the characters are very passive. They do nothing, they just sit and listen to him and keep on telling him that no, you're a liar. Like, I don't give a shit. Alright, there was some interesting stuff being said, such as Kang saying that we're all villains here, but that's like one line, and even the camera doesn't do anything interesting to make Kang's exposition fun to hear. Sometimes it's very slow and it pans, but it has no motivation and just made me feel very bored. The conflict between Loki and Sylvie was not great, but it was more interesting than whatever the hell Kang was saying. I did not know why they had opposing beliefs really. I did not know why they were fighting. I mean, I did know why they were fighting, but I did not know why they believed what they believed. The kiss was satisfying, I have to say, but as the episode neared the end, I got more worried because the runtime seemed extremely low and there were too many threads left to resolve. So what happens is Sylvie kings Kang, Mobius forgets about Loki, and everything is going wrong. So basically, nothing gets resolved. Nothing. Maybe only the case, but that's just one thing. So I hope that there would be an episode left to really conclude the show. But no, apparently there's now a season 2. This absolutely sucked. Not because the villain won. In Infinity War, Thanos won, but his victory suited the story. Here it doesn't. Why did the villain win? What do our characters learn from this? What is the point? Also, I'm annoyed that Mobius did not get to ride his jet ski, because it would have been some form of conclusion. 5 episodes worth of build up and it is wasted. I'm not excited for the next season because this was just lazy writing. Loki is the show that I was most excited for. It looked crazy and hypnotic, but it fell under its own weight through the way it explores its multiple themes. The dialogues felt uncharacteristic and out of place. It tells more than shows, and that made it less interesting to watch. The character conflict could have been more internal and personal than what was shown. If you love the show, that's great, man. I'm happy for you. But I just liked it, mainly because of the performances and the minor moments of actual good writing. Comment below your thoughts on Loki so you can tell me how wrong I am, just as long as we can discuss it. Also, if you want to know my thoughts on each individual episode, you can check out my Spotify podcast. The link is in the description below. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later. I'm just really exhausted.